33rd Degree Knowledge. How to Mentally Control the Energy Field. Written by Justin Tracy. Published by Simple Audiobooks. Introduction. Everything in existence is composed of energy, vibrating at different frequencies, and understanding how to control this energy mentally is the key to unlocking the hidden potential of the mind. Science, metaphysics, and ancient wisdom all point to the fact that the universe is not a collection of separate objects, but an interconnected web of energy fields that influence and respond to conscious thought. Your mind is not just a passive observer of reality, it is an active participant in shaping it. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every belief you hold radiates an energetic signature that interacts with the fabric of reality, influencing circumstances, attracting experiences, and determining the quality of your life. Most people move through life unaware of this fundamental truth, allowing their thoughts and emotions to be dictated by external forces, unknowingly shaping a reality that does not serve them. However, those who grasp the deeper nature of energy and consciousness can transcend these limitations and begin consciously directing their mental energy to create the life they desire. The secret lies in understanding the interplay between energy, vibration, and frequency. Just as a radio must be tuned to a specific station to receive a clear signal, your mind must be tuned to the right frequency to influence reality in a meaningful way. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and intentions with a higher vibrational state, you activate an unseen force that shapes the circumstances of your life in ways most people would consider miraculous. This is not mere philosophy, mysticism. It is a profound and practical understanding of how the universe operates at its core. Those who attain mastery over their internal energy field can extend this mastery outward, influencing people, events, and even material conditions with nothing more than focused thought. Throughout history, secret societies, ancient spiritual traditions, and elite thinkers have guarded this knowledge, recognizing that those who can control energy can control reality itself. The concept of the 33rd degree represents the highest level of mental and spiritual ascension, where the individual moves beyond conventional understanding and attains the ability to influence the energy field at will. This level of mastery is not given freely, it must be earned through disciplined mental training, deep self-awareness, and an unwavering commitment to understanding the hidden laws of the universe. Those who reach this level do not operate under the same limitations as the rest of society. They exist in a different paradigm where their thoughts become commands to the quantum field, shaping reality in their favor. The journey to mastering this knowledge begins with a shift in perception. Most people believe that reality is something fixed and external, something that happens to them rather than something they create. This illusion keeps them trapped in cycles of struggle, fear, and limitation. But the moment you recognize that your thoughts are not mere mental chatter, but powerful energetic frequencies that influence the world around you, you begin to reclaim control over your destiny. Your mind is the most powerful instrument you possess, and by learning how to direct its energy with precision, you can unlock abilities that most would consider superhuman. This book is designed to take you step by step through the hidden mechanics of energy manipulation, mental projection, and vibrational control. You will learn how to elevate your frequency, strengthen your energetic field, and develop the ability to command reality itself. This is not about wishful thinking or passive manifestation, it is about conscious, deliberate control over the forces that shape existence. Whether you seek greater influence over people, enhanced intuition, accelerated manifestation, or complete sovereignty over your mind and emotions, the knowledge contained within these pages will provide the blueprint. By the time you complete this journey, you will no longer see yourself as a passive participant in life, but as a powerful creator, capable of bending reality to your will. You will understand the deeper forces that have been hidden from the masses, and you will wield them with confidence and precision. This is the path of the true Master One, who does not beg for change, but commands it, the energy field that surrounds you, and waiting for direction. Once you learn how to control it, there will be no limits to what you can achieve. Chapter 1. The nature of energy and consciousness. Everything in existence is energy, vibrating at different frequencies, and consciousness is the fundamental force that interacts with, directs, and shapes this energy. The physical world, which appears solid and separate, is merely a dense concentration of energy fields, constantly exchanging information and influencing one another in ways that the human eye cannot perceive. At the core of reality, there is no true separation between objects, people, and the environment. Everything is part of a vast, interconnected energetic web, where each particle of energy is in a state of perpetual motion. This understanding is crucial, because it reveals that consciousness is not merely an abstract phenomenon occurring within the brain, but an active force capable of influencing the very fabric of existence. Quantum physics has demonstrated that subatomic particles behave differently when observed, suggesting that the act of conscious attention alters the nature of reality itself. This means that reality is not something that simply exists independently of us, but rather something that responds to the awareness, focus, and intention of an observer. Ancient spiritual traditions have long recognized this truth, teaching that the mind is an instrument of creation, capable of interacting with the unseen forces that govern the material world. Thoughts, emotions, and intentions are not just mental or psychological phenomena, but energetic frequencies that radiate outward, influencing the surrounding environment and determining the nature of the experiences a person attracts into their life. The stronger and more focused the thought, the greater its impact on reality, while weak, scattered, and unconscious thoughts generate chaotic and unintentional manifestations. Most people live unaware of this process, allowing their mental energy to be dictated by outside influences, media, social conditioning, past experiences, and emotional reactions without realizing that their unchecked thoughts are shaping the events and circumstances they experience. This is why those who understand the nature of energy and consciousness take great care in mastering their own minds, as they recognize that reality is a direct reflection of their inner energetic state. When the mind is filled with fear, doubt, and negativity, it emits a low vibrational frequency that resonates with similar energies in the external world, attracting more experiences that reinforce those negative states. Conversely, when the mind is trained to maintain a high vibrational state through positive thought, focused intention, and emotional mastery, it aligns with the higher frequencies of abundance, success, and well-being. The process of mastering energy and consciousness begins with awareness. One must first recognize that every thought, no matter how small, contributes to the greater energetic field they generate, which in turn influences their reality. This means becoming highly conscious of one's mental and emotional states at all times, eliminating unnecessary distractions, and developing the ability to direct thought deliberately rather than allowing it to be hijacked by external stimuli. This level of self-awareness is the first step toward taking control of one's personal energy field. The next step is learning to amplify and refine one's energetic outputs through practices such as meditation, visualization, controlled breathing, and other methods that enhance one's ability to focus and sustain a desired frequency. Meditation, for example, allows one to quiet the mind, dissolve mental clutter, and access a state of deep stillness where higher vibrational frequencies become more accessible. Visualization is a powerful tool for imprinting specific desires onto the energetic field, as the mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Thus, by repeatedly focusing on a mental image with strong emotional intensity, one programs the subconscious mind to seek alignment with that reality. Mastering consciousness also involves understanding the role of emotions as amplifiers of energy. While thoughts serve as the blueprint for creation, emotions provide the power that brings those thoughts into manifestation. A thought charged with deep emotion carries far more energetic weight than a neutral or weakly felt thought. This is why people who possess an unshakable belief in their vision, combined with strong emotional conviction, are able to bring their desires into reality with far greater speed than those who merely hope or wish for change without emotional backing. Understanding this connection allows one to take full control over their manifestations, ensuring that every thought sent into the universe is accompanied by the energetic force necessary to bring it into existence. Another key aspect of energy mastery is learning to shield and protect one's energy field from negative external influences. Just as a strong immune system protects the body from disease, a strong energetic field protects consciousness from lower vibrations that can disrupt one's mental and emotional balance. Energy leaks occur when one engages in toxic thoughts, harmful habits, or unnecessary emotional conflicts, all of which lower vibrational frequency and weaken the ability to consciously direct energy. To prevent this, one must cultivate a state of energetic sovereignty, meaning they remain in control of their own thoughts, emotions, and energy at all times, regardless of external circumstances. This requires mental discipline, the ability to detach from negativity, and a commitment to maintaining a high vibrational state through positive practices. When one achieves a high level of control over energy and consciousness, reality ceases to be something that happens randomly and instead becomes a fluid, dynamic construct that responds to one's intentions. At this level, synchronicities become more frequent, manifestations occur faster, and a deep sense of alignment with the universe is experienced. Those who reach this state are able to operate at a higher level of existence where struggle, limitation, and uncertainty dissolve, replaced by a state of effortless creation and flow. The ultimate realization is that reality is not something external and independent of the individual, but a direct reflection of the consciousness observing it. By mastering the mind, one masters energy. By mastering energy, one masters reality itself. Chapter 2. The Power of Frequency and Vibration. Everything in existence is governed by frequency and vibration, which form the foundation of all matter, energy, thought, and consciousness. Frequency refers to the rate at which energy oscillates, while vibration is the motion created by this energy. And together they determine the nature and behavior of everything in the universe. From the tiniest subatomic particles to the vast celestial bodies, everything vibrates at a specific frequency, constantly interacting with the surrounding energy field. This principle applies not only to physical objects, but also to emotions, thoughts, and even the human body, as every aspect of existence emits a unique energetic signature. The universe itself operates on frequency, and the experiences one attracts are dictated by the resonance between their personal vibration and the surrounding energetic environment. Just as tuning a radio requires aligning with the correct frequency to hear a particular station, an individual must adjust their vibrational state to align with the reality they desire. The law of resonance dictates that like frequencies attract one another, meaning that whatever vibrational state a person maintains will naturally draw similar energies into their life. Every thought, belief, and emotion carries a distinct frequency, and these energetic signals extend beyond the mind and body, influencing the external world in ways most people do not. Those who operate at a low vibrational state dominated by emotions such as fear, anger, sadness, or anxiety unintentionally emit a frequency that attracts people, circumstances, and experiences that reinforce these same states, trapping them in a continuous cycle of negativity. This explains why some individuals seem to encounter endless misfortune, while others effortlessly attract success, happiness, and abundance. It is not random luck, but rather the result of their dominant vibrational frequency shaping their external reality. The key to transformation is in raising one's vibrational frequency to match the level of the desired reality. Simply desiring or wishing for a change is not enough. One must become a vibrational match to the energy of their goal, as the universe does not respond to empty words or fleeting desires, but to the deep, consistent energetic state one radiates. This is why affirmations and visualization techniques often fail, for those who do not fully embody the frequency of what they seek. The subconscious mind, which operates on an energetic level, must be reprogrammed to truly believe and feel the reality they wish to manifest. Shifting one's vibrational state requires conscious effort, mental discipline, and emotional mastery. Practices such as meditation, breathwork, sound frequencies, and visualization are powerful tools for tuning into higher frequencies, as they help to align the mind and body with elevated states of consciousness. Meditation stills the mind, dissolving lower vibrational energies such as stress and negativity, while allowing access to higher frequency states of clarity, peace, and insight. Breathwork techniques help to regulate the body's energetic flow, clearing blockages and raising one's frequency through controlled, intentional breathing patterns. Sound frequencies, such as binaural beats or solfeggio tones, work by synchronizing brainwave activity to specific vibrational states, making it easier to elevate consciousness and align with higher energetic patterns. Visualization is another key technique, as the brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined scenario and a real one, meaning that by repeatedly immersing oneself in the mental and emotional state of the desired reality, the subconscious mind begins to resonate with that frequency, making manifestation inevitable. Understanding vibration also means recognizing the external influences that lower one's frequency and developing the ability to resist or neutralize them. Everything one engages with, be it social interactions, environments, music, media, or food, either raises or lowers vibrational frequency. Toxic relationships, exposure to negative news, engaging in gossip, eating processed foods, and consuming low-frequency entertainment all serve to drag one's energy downward, weakening their ability to consciously direct their reality. On the other hand, surrounding oneself with high-frequency influences, such as positive people, nature, uplifting music, healthy foods, and inspiring content reinforces and strengthens the vibrational field, making it easier to remain in alignment with desired outcomes. True mastery of frequency means maintaining a high vibration regardless of external circumstances, ensuring that one's energy field remains sovereign and unaffected by lower vibrational influences. This requires a high degree of self-awareness and the ability to recognize when external forces are attempting to shift one's energetic state, allowing for conscious course correction before negativity takes hold. Once one understands how to control their frequency, they no longer operate under the illusion of external limitation, but instead recognize their true power as energetic beings capable of directing reality itself. Synchronicities become more frequent, manifestations occur with greater speed, and obstacles dissolve effortlessly as life begins to flow in harmony with one's intentions. The greatest secret of influence, success, and personal power lies not in external force or struggle, but in aligning one's vibration with the desired reality until it becomes inevitable. Those who operate at high vibrational levels experience life with a sense of ease, purpose, and connection, while those trapped in lower frequencies remain stuck in cycles of resistance, doubt, and hardship. The power of frequency and vibration is the most fundamental force in shaping reality, and those who master it hold the key to limitless potential. Chapter 3. The Hidden Laws of Mental Energy. Mental energy is the unseen force that governs the fabric of reality, shaping every aspect of life through thoughts, emotions, intentions, and focus, yet most people remain unaware of the profound influence it exerts over their destiny. The mind is not merely an abstract mechanism for thinking. It is an energetic transmitter that constantly interacts with the quantum field, sending out vibrational signals that determine the experiences one attracts. Every thought is a frequency, a pulse of mental energy that radiates outward and influences not only the internal state of the individual, but also the external circumstances that unfold in their life. The first hidden law of mental energy is the law of mental magnetism, which states that thoughts act as energetic beacons that draw experiences matching their vibrational signature. When a person continuously entertains thoughts of fear, lack, or failure, they reinforce a low-frequency reality that ensures these conditions persist. Conversely, those who cultivate thoughts of abundance, confidence, and mastery magnetize corresponding circumstances, seemingly bending reality in their favor. This is why successful individuals appear to experience a stream of good fortune. They have conditioned their minds to operate at a frequency that aligns with prosperity and success, making those outcomes inevitable. The second hidden law is the law of energy conservation, which reveals that mental energy is a finite resource that must be managed with precision. Just as a leaking container loses water, a mind engaged in excessive worrying, doubt, or over-analysis dissipates its energy, leaving little power available for deliberate manifestation. Every thought requires energy to exist, and when mental energy is fragmented across countless distractions, fears, and conflicts, the power of focused intention is significantly weakened. This is why true mastery requires the discipline to eliminate mental clutter, silence inner noise, and direct thoughts with unwavering focus. The third hidden law is the law of mental transmutation, which states that thoughts and emotions are not static, but can be transformed at will through conscious intention. Fear can be alchemized into courage, despair into determination, and uncertainty into clarity through the deliberate redirection of energy. The mind is a malleable force, and those who understand how to shift their mental state can escape the gravitational pull of lower vibrations and ascend to a higher level of consciousness, where success and harmony become effortless. The fourth hidden law is the law of vibrational dominance, which asserts that stronger mental energy overrides weaker energy, meaning that the most concentrated and persistent thought patterns will dictate reality. This principle explains why those with an unshakable belief or vision inevitably bring it into existence, while those with conflicting thoughts and doubts remain stuck in stagnation. The fifth hidden law is the law of mental contagion, which reveals that thoughts and emotions are energetically transmissible, affecting the mental states of those within their field of influence. Just as a single drop of ink colors an entire glass of water, prolonged exposure to negative influences, whether through people, environments, or media, gradually alters the mind's vibrational state, often without conscious awareness. To maintain sovereignty over one's mental energy, it is crucial to cultivate an environment that supports high-frequency thinking, surrounding oneself with empowering influences while minimizing exposure to toxic energies. The sixth hidden law is the law of focus projection, which states that sustained concentration amplifies the potency of thought, making it possible to shape reality with precision. The reason most people fail to manifest their desires is not due to a lack of potential, but due to a lack of sustained mental focus. A scattered mind is powerless, but a mind trained in laser-like concentration can imprint reality with its intent. This is why ancient mystics, warriors, and visionaries practiced intense visualization, meditation, and single-pointed focus, because they understood that the mind, when harnessed correctly, can alter the material world. The seventh hidden law is the law of mental polarity, which teaches that every thought and emotion has an energetic counterpart, meaning that an individual can shift from one state to another at will by mastering the principle of duality. Failure can be reframed as a stepping stone to mastery, suffering can be seen as a catalyst for transformation, and adversity can be transformed into strength when viewed through the right lens. The eighth hidden law is the law of conscious imprint, which states that the subconscious mind imprints whatever it is repeatedly exposed to, shaping future actions and outcomes based on accumulated mental conditioning. If an individual consistently absorbs negativity, whether through social interactions, entertainment, or self-talk, their subconscious mind will reflect those frequencies, creating a reality filled with struggle and limitation. However, those who consciously imprint their minds with empowering beliefs, success-oriented thoughts, and high-frequency emotions will find themselves naturally moving toward a reality that mirrors those states. The ninth hidden law is the law of internal equilibrium, which states that mental energy flows most powerfully when the mind is in balance. Emotional turbulence disrupts energetic flow, causing instability that weakens the power of manifestation, while inner stillness creates a state of coherence that aligns the mind with the creative forces of the universe. This is why those who master their emotions and cultivate inner harmony possess a magnetic quality that attracts abundance, success, and influence effortlessly. The 10th hidden law is the law of energetic reciprocity, which states that the energy one projects outward will inevitably return in some form. This law governs the principle of karma, not as a system of external rewards and punishments, but as an energetic feedback loop that ensures thoughts, emotions, and actions come back in corresponding vibrational frequencies. Those who radiate confidence, purpose, and generosity receive circumstances that reinforce those energies, while those who operate from scarcity, fear, and doubt encounter obstacles that reflect their inner state. Understanding and mastering these hidden laws allows one to transcend the limitations imposed by ordinary thinking and enter a realm of conscious reality creation. The untrained mind drifts aimlessly, reacting to external conditions and attributing outcomes to chance, while the trained mind bends reality, directing energy with precision to manifest desired results. Those who unlock the true potential of mental energy beyond the realm of struggle and into the realm of effortless influence, where reality no longer happens to them, but through them. Chapter 4. Activating your inner power. Activating inner power requires a deep understanding of the untapped potential that exists within every individual, a force that has been dormant for much of life due to societal conditioning, fear, and unconscious limitations. This power is not a mystical or external force, but a natural state of being that resides within everyone, waiting to be awakened through the alignment of mind, body, and energy. To activate it fully, one must first recognize that everything in existence operates through energy, and humans are no exception. Our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions emit vibrational frequencies that shape our reality. However, for most, these frequencies are chaotic, scattered, and unconsciously programmed, leading to a life of external reactions rather than intentional creation. The first step in activating inner power is becoming aware of and taking control over the mind's habitual thought patterns. The mind, when left unchecked, runs on autopilot, influenced by past programming, societal expectations, and the emotional residue of past experiences. Negative thought patterns, such as self-doubt, fear, and insecurity, create energetic blockages that suppress the flow of inner power, while empowering thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes act as catalysts for energy activation. One must become highly conscious of the mental chatter and begin to reprogram the subconscious mind with empowering beliefs that reflect the inner strength, confidence, and mastery they seek. This process of reprogramming the mind requires consistent mental discipline, which can be achieved through meditation, affirmations, visualization, and focused intention. Meditation quiets the mind, allowing one to access the deeper layers of consciousness where the seeds of inner power lie dormant, while affirmations and visualization work in tandem to rewrite the subconscious mind, replacing limiting beliefs with positive, empowering ones. When these practices are repeated daily, the subconscious mind begins to align with the new thoughts, creating a mental environment that supports the expression of inner power. However, activating inner power is not solely about the mind. It requires the complete integration of the body and energy system as well. The human body is not just a physical vessel, but a highly sensitive energetic system that processes and transmits energy. The energy centers of the body, often referred to as chakras or meridians, are the conduits through which life force flows, and when these centers are blocked or imbalanced, inner power becomes stagnant or dormant. To activate this power, one must engage in practices that promote the free flow of energy throughout the body, such as breathwork, yoga, tai chi, or any movement that encourages vitality and energy circulation. Breathwork, in particular, is a potent tool for activating inner power, as the act of conscious breathing regulates the nervous system, stimulates the energy centers, and heightens the flow of life force, increasing both mental clarity and physical vitality. Energy is also directly linked to emotional well-being, as emotions are a form of energy in motion. Negative emotions, such as fear, anger, guilt, and shame, create dense, low-frequency energy that clouds the mind and weakens the body, whereas positive emotions, such as love, gratitude, joy, and peace, generate high-frequency energy that expands consciousness and strengthens the body's energetic field. To fully activate inner power, one must learn to manage and transmute negative emotions, which are often the result of unresolved trauma, fear-based thinking, and societal conditioning. Through emotional mastery, which involves recognizing, feeling, and releasing suppressed emotions, an individual can begin to clear energetic blockages, allowing the free flow of power to surge through the mind, body, and spirit. The key to emotional mastery is in cultivating self-awareness and detachment from the emotional reactions that arise in response to external circumstances. By observing emotions without judgment or identification, one can learn to navigate them without being controlled by them, allowing their energy to be directed consciously rather than unconsciously. In addition to mental and emotional practices, activating inner power requires an understanding of the role of frequency and vibration in the manifestation process. Everything in the universe, from the smallest atom to the vast cosmos, operates at a specific frequency, and the human being is no exception. Our thoughts, emotions, and energy centers emit unique frequencies that shape our reality, attracting experiences that match our vibrational state. By learning to consciously raise one's frequency through the cultivation of positive thoughts, emotions, and intentions, a person can activate their inner power and align themselves with the energy of abundance, success, and harmony. The practice of mindfulness, which involves being fully present and aware in the moment, is another powerful tool for raising frequency, as it brings the mind and energy into alignment with the present, allowing one to access deeper levels of consciousness and activate their full potential. The most important aspect of activating inner power is overcoming the fear and doubt that hold most individuals back from fully stepping into their true potential. Fear, in its many forms, acts as a dense, contracting energy that keeps people trapped in cycles of inaction, self-sabotage, and limitation. To activate inner power, one must first confront and transcend these fears by embracing them and using them as catalysts for growth. Fear is not an obstacle to be avoided, but an invitation to step into greater power. By facing fear head-on, whether through exposure, reframing, or using it as fuel for transformation, an individual can transmute it into courage, determination, and resilience, unlocking new levels of inner strength and potential. As one continues to activate their inner power, they begin to experience a profound shift in consciousness, moving from a state of reaction to a state of creation. Life no longer happens to them. Instead, they become conscious creators of their own reality. This is where the true power lies, not in external circumstances or conditions, but in the ability to direct and harness one's energy toward the desired outcomes. When inner power is fully activated, an individual's energy becomes magnetic, drawing opportunities, people, and experiences that align with their vision and purpose. Synchronicities and miracles become a natural part of life, as the individual's energy field aligns with the infinite potential of the universe, creating a flow of abundance, success, and fulfillment. The final key to activating inner power, recognizing that it is not a destination, but a continual process of self-discovery, growth, and mastery. It is a lifelong journey of expanding consciousness, refining energy, and deepening self-awareness. Those who commit to the path of activating their inner power understand that they are limitless beings, capable of transcending any obstacle and achieving the extraordinary. Chapter 5: Mind over Matter. Controlling the external field. The concept of mind over matter rests upon the understanding that reality, is not a passive experience determined solely by external factors, but is actively shaped by the mind's ability to influence the energy field that governs both the internal and external worlds. At its core, mind over matter is the realization that the mind functions as an energetic force that interacts with the greater energetic field of the universe, and that through conscious intent, belief, and thought, a person can mold their reality to align with their desires. Everything in existence is composed of energy, vibrating at specific frequencies, and these frequencies are not random, but respond to the energy being emitted by the thoughts, emotions, and beliefs of individuals. When a person aligns their inner energy with a clear, focused intention, the external world, which is simply a reflection of the energy being broadcast, begins to resonate with that intention and begins to shift to mirror the frequency of the mind. The key to mind over matter is the ability to control this flow of energy, to direct the vibrational frequency of one's thoughts and emotions with such precision that the external field responds accordingly. This requires an understanding of the power of focus, which is central to mastering mind over matter. The mind, by its nature, is constantly bombarded with thoughts, many of which are unrelated, distracting, or based on past conditioning. A scattered mind can neither direct energy effectively or influence reality. Instead, it creates confusion and chaos within the energetic field. To master mind over matter, one must cultivate the ability to focus the mind consistently on a singular intention, thought, or desired outcome, without allowing distractions or negative thoughts to disrupt the flow of energy. Focused thought functions like a laser beam, concentrating energy into a single point, amplifying its intensity and power. In this focused state, the mind becomes an incredibly potent tool for shaping reality, because focused energy is capable of penetrating the external energetic field and influencing matter. However, focused thought alone is not sufficient to manifest desired outcomes. Belief is the energetic fuel that drives and amplifies the power of intention. Belief operates as a powerful frequency that dictates what is possible within a person's reality. If an individual believes in their own power to influence their world, their belief aligns them with the frequency of abundance, success, and mastery, drawing those experiences into their life. In contrast, if a person believes that they are powerless, incapable, or unworthy of success, their belief creates a counteracting frequency that locks them into a reality of limitation and struggle. Therefore, to truly master mind over matter, one must cultivate a deep belief in their ability to control and direct their reality. This belief, when coupled with focused intention, creates an energetic match between the individual's inner world and the external world, resulting in the manifestation of desired outcomes. The importance of belief cannot be overstated, as it serves as the foundational frequency that determines the flow of energy between the mind and the external field. Emotions are another critical aspect of mind over matter. Emotions are not merely feelings, but energetic states that radiate specific frequencies into the external field, shaping the experiences one attracts. When a person experiences positive emotions, such as joy, love, gratitude, and excitement, they broadcast high-frequency energy that resonates with opportunities, success, and abundance. Conversely, when a person is consumed by negative emotions, such as fear, frustration, anger, or despair, they emit low-frequency energy that attracts circumstances in alignment with those emotions. Therefore, emotional mastery is essential for controlling the external field. To manifest a desired outcome, one must ensure that their emotional state aligns with their intentions. This means consciously cultivating emotions that support the vision of success, prosperity, or transformation, while avoiding or transmuting those negative emotions that create resistance to the flow of energy. Practices such as gratitude, mindfulness, and self-awareness can help regulate emotional energy, ensuring that it remains in harmony with the desired reality. Visualization is another powerful tool in the process of mind over matter. as it allows the mind to create vivid mental images of the desired outcome, which in turn programs the subconscious mind to align with that image. The subconscious mind is responsible for 95% of a person's thoughts, actions, and behaviors, and it operates on autopilot. Acting on the beliefs and mental images it has been conditioned to accept as true. When a person visualizes their goals and desires in a clear, detailed manner, they are planting seeds in the subconscious mind that it will later act upon, guiding the person's decisions and actions in alignment with the vision. Visualization works by not only programming the subconscious mind, but by elevating the emotional state to match the energy of the desired outcome. When a person feels the emotions associated with their vision, whether that be joy, satisfaction, or fulfillment, they amplify the frequency of the desired reality, causing the external world to respond more quickly to their energetic signal. Doubt and resistance are significant barriers to mastering mind over matter, as they create conflicting energy patterns that disrupt the flow of intention and manifestation. When a person experiences doubt, they are sending out a mixed signal to the universe, which weakens the power of their focused intention and slows down the manifestation process. Doubt creates a frequency that directly opposes the frequency of belief, creating a dissonance in the energetic field that prevents the desired outcome from coming into being. To overcome doubt, one must replace it with absolute certainty in the ability to influence reality. This requires cultivating a mindset of unshakable confidence and trust in the process, regardless of external evidence. Practices such as affirmations, positive self-talk, and reframing negative thoughts can help eliminate doubt and reinforce the belief in one's power to create change. The universe responds to the consistent and persistent energy one emits, and the external field gradually aligns with the energy being projected by the individual. This means that mind over matter is not about forcing or controlling the external world, but about aligning the internal state with the desired outcome and allowing the external field to shift in response. This process requires patience and persistence, as it may take time for the energetic shifts to manifest in the physical world. However, those who consistently maintain a clear focus, strong belief, positive emotional state, and unwavering confidence will find that the external world begins to reflect their inner state with increasing speed and precision. Ultimately, mind over matter is the recognition that the external world is not separate from the mind, but a reflection of the energy being projected from within. By controlling the inner state through focus, belief, emotion, and action, one can master the external field and shape reality according to their desires. The mind, when properly directed, can indeed influence and control matter, proving that reality is not something that happens to an individual, but something they actively create. Chapter 6. The 33rd Degree Mental Alchemy. The 33rd Degree Mental Alchemy represents the pinnacle of personal transformation and mental mastery, a level of conscious creation where the mind not only understands the intricate laws of energy, but can actively and intentionally transmute its own mental, emotional, and energetic state to shape reality with precision. This mental alchemy is not about passive awareness or superficial understanding, but about mastering the full spectrum of consciousness, from the deepest subconscious layers to the higher states of awareness, and learning how to direct this refined energy to influence both the internal and external worlds. The alchemical process begins with an acute self-awareness, where the individual takes an honest and thorough inventory of their beliefs, thought patterns, and emotions, understanding that these are the primary forces that shape the external world. At this stage, the person recognizes that their thoughts and emotions are not static, but dynamic, constantly vibrating and interacting with the external energetic field, which means that they have the ability to control and mold their inner experience to influence their external reality. The base elements of mental alchemy are the negative, fear-based, or limiting beliefs that often hold a person in a state of inertia or self-sabotage. These base thoughts are akin to lead in alchemy, dense, heavy, and limiting. To transform these base elements into gold, the first step is awareness as one cannot change what they do not recognize. The alchemist must begin by observing their thoughts and emotions, tracing them back to their root causes often deeply ingrained from childhood experiences, past traumas, or societal conditioning. This requires a deep level of introspection, where the individual becomes the neutral observer of their own mental landscape, without judgment or attachment to the thoughts that arise. This detachment is critical in the alchemical process, as it allows the person to remove the emotional charge attached to limiting beliefs and begin to work with them consciously rather than reactively. Once these base elements of thought are identified, they must be transformed into higher frequencies of energy. In traditional alchemy, the process involves the transmutation of lead into gold, symbolizing the transformation of lower states of being into higher, more refined ones. In mental alchemy, this means taking thoughts and emotions rooted in fear, lack, and scarcity, and transmuting them into thoughts and emotions based on love, abundance, and possibility. This process of transformation involves actively choosing new thoughts, emotions, and beliefs that are in alignment with the individual's highest potential and purpose, rather than being controlled by past programming or unconscious patterns. The individual must then begin to consciously direct their energy toward their desired reality. This is where the true alchemical power lies. Energy follows focus, and by maintaining a consistent focus on positive, empowering thoughts and emotions, the individual begins to emit a higher vibrational frequency into the world. This higher frequency, in turn, attracts corresponding experiences, people, and opportunities that are in alignment with the individual's vision and desires. The key to this process is clarity of intent. The individual must have a clear and unwavering vision of what they want to create, as this vision acts as a blueprint that directs the flow of energy. Mental alchemy is about the mastery of this focus and intention, ensuring that the person remains steadfast in their vision, even when external circumstances seem to challenge or contradict their desires. This requires not only focus, but also absolute belief in the process. The alchemist must have unwavering faith in their own ability to create change, knowing that their mental, emotional, and energetic state is the source of their power. This belief is the catalyst that drives the energy of intention, turning it into tangible results. As the individual continues the practice of mental alchemy, they begin to experience a profound shift in their consciousness, where they no longer perceive themselves as a victim of external circumstances, but as a conscious creator of their own reality. This transformation is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of refinement and mastery. The 33rd degree mental alchemy requires a commitment to lifelong growth, where the individual continually refines their mental and emotional states to higher frequencies. Over time, they begin to embody the qualities of mastery, confidence, resilience, wisdom, and clarity, which not only empowers their own life, but begins to influence the collective energy field. At this level, the individual is no longer limited by personal desires, but begins to understand that their energy is connected to the greater whole, and their mental alchemy has the power to influence the collective consciousness. The 33rd degree mental alchemy transcends the personal and moves into the realm of universal energy, where the individual aligns their consciousness with the flow of universal laws and begins to shape not just their own life, but the world around them. One of the key aspects of this alchemical process is the integration of the conscious and subconscious minds. The conscious mind is the seat of logical thought and intention, while the subconscious mind governs behavior, habits, and deep-rooted beliefs. In mental alchemy, these two aspects of the mind must be brought into harmony, as the conscious mind alone is not enough to create lasting change. The subconscious mind must be reprogrammed to accept new beliefs and thought patterns that align with the individual's higher purpose. This reprogramming can be done through techniques such as meditation, affirmations, visualization, and deep emotional healing, where the individual consistently feeds the subconscious with empowering, positive messages that replace old limiting beliefs. As the subconscious mind becomes aligned with the conscious intention, the individual begins to experience a deep internal shift, where their actions, decisions, and behaviors are naturally aligned with their desires and vision. This alignment leads to effortless creation, as the mind, body, and energy work in unison toward the same goal. Furthermore, the 33rd degree mental alchemy also involves the mastery of energy flow within the body. The body is not just a physical vessel, but an energetic system that processes and channels life force energy. To perform mental alchemy at the highest level, the individual must also cultivate the ability to control and direct their energy within the body, clearing blockages and allowing energy to flow freely. Practices such as breathwork, movement, and energy healing help to activate and balance the body's energy centers, ensuring that the individual's energetic field is vibrating at the highest possible frequency. This energetic mastery enhances the power of mental alchemy, as the body becomes a conduit for higher frequencies of energy, which can then be directed into the world to create desired outcomes. The 33rd degree mental alchemy also involves the understanding of universal laws, such as the law of attraction, the law of vibration, and the law of cause and effect. These laws govern the way energy operates in the universe, and by mastering them, the individual can learn to consciously interact with the energetic field to manifest their desires. The alchemist recognizes that everything is interconnected, and that by changing their own energy, they can influence the flow of energy in the world around them. This deep understanding of energy and its flow enables the individual to move through life with grace, confidence, and ease, knowing that they are the creators of their own reality, able to transmute and refine their mental and emotional states to manifest their highest potential. In essence, the 33rd degree mental alchemy is a comprehensive process of mental, emotional, and energetic refinement, where the individual learns to control and direct their energy with mastery, transforming base elements of thought and emotion into higher states of consciousness that align with their true purpose and desires. It is a process of continuous growth, where the individual becomes ever more attuned to their own energy, the energy of others, and the universal forces at play, and uses this understanding to consciously create their reality. At this level of mental alchemy, the individual is no longer bound by the limitations of the past, but steps into their true power as a conscious creator, capable of shaping their life and the world around them. Chapter 7. Energy Manipulation and Protection. Energy manipulation and protection are foundational practices for those who wish to harness the power of the mind and spirit to influence their environment and experiences. At the core, the concept of energy manipulation is based on the principle that everything in the universe, including people, objects, and even thoughts, is made of energy that vibrates at specific frequencies. Our own energy field, our aura, is constantly emitting and interacting with these external energies. When individuals understand the nature of energy and how it behaves, they can learn to consciously direct and influence the flow of this energy in ways that align with their goals and desires. Manipulating energy involves the deliberate focusing and channeling of thought, emotion, and intention to either create change within oneself or influence the energy around them. The mind acts as a powerful tool in this process, as it can either amplify or dampen energy depending on the focus of attention and the emotional charge behind a thought. For example, through focused intention, a person can raise their own energetic frequency, which may lead to increased vitality, creativity, and emotional clarity. On a deeper level, individuals can direct this energy to heal themselves or others, manifest specific desires, or create an environment that supports their goals by influencing the energy of their surroundings. The principle behind this is that thoughts and emotions are not just mental or abstract experiences, but are tangible energetic frequencies that can interact with the larger energy field, affecting people, situations, and events. Energy manipulation, therefore, is not merely an abstract concept, but a practical skill that can be developed through training, awareness, and consistent practice. The manipulation of energy, however, is not just about sending out positive, focused energy, but also about balancing and transmuting the energy that one encounters in everyday life. This is where the practice of protection comes into play. Protection in energy work refers to the act of shielding oneself from external influences that may disrupt or drain one's personal energy field. These external energies can take many forms, ranging from negative emotions and thoughts projected by others to environmental factors like electromagnetic radiation or toxic spaces, to subtle psychic attacks or energy vampires. Without proper protection, an individual may become overwhelmed by these energies, which can lead to emotional exhaustion, physical depletion, or a loss of personal power. Energy protection is an essential part of the process of energy manipulation because it ensures that the individual's energy field remains intact, strong, and aligned with their intentions, while simultaneously preventing interference from external sources. One of the first and most fundamental steps in energy protection is the practice of awareness. An individual must become attuned to the energies they encounter and how these energies affect their emotional, mental, and physical states. By recognizing when one's energy is being drained or disturbed, it becomes possible to respond with appropriate protection measures. There are several techniques for energy protection, many of which rely on visualization, intention, and grounding. One common method is creating a mental shield or aura around oneself. This can be done by visualizing a protective barrier or shield made of light, energy, or another symbolic substance that surrounds the individual's entire body. This shield acts as a filter, allowing only positive and harmonious energies to enter, while deflecting negative, harmful, or draining ones. This visualization can be further reinforced with the intention to strengthen the shield whenever needed. And the more the individual practices, the more powerful and impenetrable the shield becomes. Another important technique is grounding, which involves connecting to the Earth's energy to stay balanced and centered. Grounding helps to release any excess or stagnant energy that has accumulated in the body, while also reinforcing the individual's connection to their physical reality. Grounding can be as simple as walking barefoot on natural surfaces, sitting in nature, or visualizing roots extending from the base of the spine into the earth, pulling up revitalizing, healing energy. Additionally, energy can be protected through emotional and mental discipline. When individuals are able to regulate their emotional reactions and maintain inner peace, they are less susceptible to being influenced by external energies. The ability to remain calm, centered, and detached in challenging situations is a form of energetic protection that minimizes the impact of negativity or external disturbances. Furthermore, energy protection practices often involve clearing or purify the energy field, especially when an individual feels they have absorbed or been exposed to low frequency or toxic energy. This can be done through practices such as smudging with sage or other herbs, using sound frequency tools like singing bowls, or engaging in rituals that cleanse the aura and restore balance to the energy field. Cleansing techniques are particularly useful in spaces that may have absorbed negative energy, such as homes, workplaces, or places where emotional conflicts or traumatic events have occurred. Protection also extends to the mental and emotional realms, where negative thought patterns or emotional attachments can drain or distort energy. By practicing mindfulness, meditation, or emotional release techniques, individuals can reduce the power of these negative influences, ensuring that their energy field remains strong and aligned with their higher intentions. Energy manipulation and protection are deeply interconnected, as an individual cannot effectively manipulate their energy if they are constantly being drained or influenced by external forces. Protection serves as the foundation upon which energy manipulation can occur. Without protection, the individual's energy field becomes porous, susceptible to contamination or depletion by the energies of others or by external factors. With proper protection in place, the individual's energy field remains strong, vibrant, and sovereign, allowing them to manipulate energy with precision and clarity. When an individual is shielded from negative influences, they are better able to focus their intention, raise their vibration, and influence the energy around them in ways that support their goals. The practice of both energy manipulation and protection requires an ongoing commitment to self-awareness, discipline, and energetic integrity. It is an active process of maintaining balance and harmony within the self and in the external world, ensuring that the individual's energy remains aligned with their highest purpose and not disturbed by outside forces. As individuals deepen their understanding of energy manipulation and protection, they begin to perceive the interconnectedness of all things and realize that they are not separate from the energy around them, but rather an integral part of a vast energetic web. The power of energy manipulation lies in the ability to consciously interact with this web, influencing it through focused intention, clear thought, and emotional alignment. Protection, in turn, allows individuals to maintain their sovereignty within this web, ensuring that their energy is not hijacked or drained by external forces. Over time, as these practices are refined and mastered, individuals begin to notice profound shifts in their external circumstances as their ability to influence their reality becomes more potent and precise. Energy manipulation and protection go hand in hand, creating a dynamic interplay between controlling and directing energy while ensuring the maintenance of personal energetic integrity. With this mastery, individuals not only create positive change in their own lives, but also influence the energy of the collective, contributing to the creation of a more harmonious and balanced world. Ultimately, the practice of energy manipulation and protection is about becoming a conscious and empowered creator, able to direct one's energy with clarity, intention, and purpose while safeguarding oneself from the negative influences that may hinder growth and transformation. Conclusion. The conclusion of the 33rd degree mental alchemy represents a culmination of profound inner work, where an individual reaches a level of mastery over their own mental and energetic fields. It emphasizes that this journey is not merely an intellectual pursuit, but a holistic transformation that integrates mind, body, and spirit. At its core, the path laid out in this book invites individuals to explore the deep interconnection between their thoughts, emotions, and energy. Through rigorous practice and dedication, they can learn to not only understand, but also manipulate their inner energy with precision, channeling it towards specific outcomes, desires, and manifestations. The foundational premise is that everything, from physical matter to abstract concepts, is a form of energy, and by mastering one's ability to direct and refine this energy, an individual can fundamentally change their reality. This path, however, is not just about external accomplishments or manifestations. It is deeply personal, involving the refinement of inner states, the shedding of limiting beliefs, and the cultivation of wisdom, clarity, and emotional resilience. By mastering the laws of energy and understanding the way that thought and emotion influence the energetic field, one becomes able to rise above the fluctuations of the material world, no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. Rather than being reactive to life, individuals begin to take a proactive role in shaping their experience. They learn that their thoughts, emotions, and intentions are the catalysts that influence the energetic flow, and by consciously directing these elements, they can achieve their desired outcomes. Through this process, the individual transcends the limitations of the past, whether they are formed by old traumas, fears, or conditioning, and aligns with a higher state of being. The practices of mental alchemy empower them to recognize and transmute negative energies into higher vibrations, creating a field of possibility where they can operate as conscious creators. This is where they step into their personal sovereignty and recognize their inherent ability to shape their own reality. The importance of energy protection is also underscored in the conclusion, as the power to manipulate energy requires a careful balance. As individuals become more adept at directing their energy, they become more sensitive to the energies of the world around them, both positive and negative. The ability to protect oneself from draining, toxic, or conflicting energies becomes essential to maintaining one's mental and emotional equilibrium. Protection is not just about shielding oneself from harm, but about ensuring that one's energy remains pure, focused, and aligned with higher goals. This process of protection, through practices like visualization, grounding, and energetic cleansing, ensures that the individual can remain centered and empowered, regardless of external circumstances. It's through the mastery of both energy manipulation and protection that the individual can avoid becoming overwhelmed or disempowered by the external environment, allowing them to maintain their inner strength and clarity. As the individual becomes adept at energy manipulation and protection, they begin to experience a profound sense of freedom. No longer at the mercy of outside influences, they come to realize that they have the power to create their own path and manifest their desires, no matter how seemingly impossible. This newfound freedom comes from the understanding that energy is the fundamental building block of reality, and by mastering one's own energy, one can create the life they truly desire. The final step in this process is recognizing that true power lies not in manipulating others or external forces, but in the conscious alignment with universal principles and laws. The individual who has reached the level of mastery described in the 33rd degree mental alchemy is no longer concerned with external validation or approval. They operate from a place of inner knowing, confidence, and alignment with their highest purpose, and they begin to act as conduits for the flow of universal energy, influencing not only their own lives, but also contributing to the evolution of the collective consciousness. In this state of mastery, the individual learns to live in harmony with the natural flow of the universe, understanding that all life is interconnected, and that their personal energy is a reflection of the greater whole. They become more attuned to the subtle energies around them, able to discern the vibrational frequency of people, situations, and environments, and to navigate through life with grace and wisdom. They recognize that energy flows both within and without, and by keeping their own energy aligned with the higher vibrations of love, abundance, and clarity, they can create a ripple effect that positively impacts the world around them. The practices outlined in the book offer tools and techniques that enable the individual to become a beacon of light, radiating positive energy and influencing others in subtle, yet profound ways. Furthermore, the conclusion emphasizes the continuous nature of this path. Mastery over one's energy is not a final destination, but a lifelong journey of growth, learning, and refinement. Even after reaching a high degree of mental and energetic mastery, there is always more to explore, more to refine, and more to create. The world of energy and consciousness is vast and limitless, and those who walk this path are constantly evolving, adapting, and expanding. The ultimate goal is not just personal power or achievement, but a deeper connection with the universe, a greater understanding of one's true nature, and the fulfillment of a higher purpose. It is about contributing to the collective upliftment of humanity and aligning oneself with the greater cosmic forces that shape all life. True mastery, as the conclusion reveals, comes with a deep sense of responsibility. With the ability to manipulate and protect energy, the individual must act with integrity, wisdom, and compassion. They must use their power not for selfish gain, but to contribute to the greater good, ensuring that their actions are in alignment with universal principles of love, harmony, and abundance. It is through this alignment that the individual finds not only personal fulfillment, but also the ability to create lasting, positive change in the world. The book concludes by encouraging readers to continue their journey of self-discovery and mastery, reminding them that they are the creators of their own destiny, and that the energy they wield can transform not only their own lives, but the lives of others and the collective consciousness of humanity. Through this understanding and mastery of energy, the individual becomes a force for good, living a life of limitless potential, aligned with their true purpose, and contributing to the ongoing evolution of the universe itself.